welcome to Mobile Images Red. We're back after quite a recess.
Yeah.
I'm Mike, also known as Mobile Images Red on Twitter and Mystery Oceans on Instagram.
I'm Alan, St. Alan James on Instagram.
Yeah, and I wanted to come out here and get in front of the camera and let you guys know that we've got the Pokemon behind the scenes video coming out next week. So just look out for that. We're gonna look at our newest Mobile Images cartoon video, which is like the main aspect of what makes this channel this channel. But right now, we're gonna talk about the big Sony debacle. Well, not just in general. We're doing like a normal podcast, but we're also gonna talk about like obviously that's the big ticket item.
That's the biggest.
Everyone's talking about that. It's Spider-Man's left the MCU. But first let's get into some news. The Wachowskis have just announced that they're doing Matrix 4 with Keanu Reeves and Carol Ann Moss.
You know what? I don't understand what the story they're doing.
Well, obviously Neo's back.
Yeah, but didn't he die? And didn't?
No, they left it open. They were like, "Hey, he could come back." Like they did like he kind of slid up a little bit.
He definitely died because they ended it with the little black girl that was telling him he was a prodigy. Or that was a prodigy. Isn't that how it ended? And then what's her name died too?
Trinity. But I'm thinking that maybe they're machines. They're the ultimate machines. They could have
And then like they ended the story like everyone's out.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, but they didn't end the trilogy in a way where it's like. They ended it and they were like, I think the little girl, she tells him, hey, everything that has a beginning has an end or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she's like, well, then what about new beginnings or something like that, like along the lines of. No, she asks Colonel Sanders. She's like, will we ever see Neo again? He's like, well, I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like, it's cool because I like the first movie. I didn't really care for the second or third one, but no one really cares.
You think he's gonna look like Neo, or is he gonna keep more of the John Wick, Keanu Reeves?
I think they're gonna have to go back to Neo.
Yeah. So he's gonna shave up and
they have
clean.
To. No, because I mean, they can just slick his hair back.
He can be like all like like begrudged, begrudged. But how is Trinity alive?
They're gonna. I don't even know.
Well, what if it's
They're gonna put him in that full '90s leather like.
It might be like they're the agents and like they're not really Neo and Trinity.
No, I think people would hate that.
Yeah.
And it's only one of the Wachowski sisters.
Yeah, one of the Wachowskis.
Sisters.
Oh, did I say brothers at first?
I don't know.
No, I said the Wachowskis.
Yeah.
But yeah. So then
But I just don't understand the story they're doing. I mean, the first one's really good. The second and third one are pretty trash. Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe like with the new technology, they can do it cool again.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, what are they gonna dress them up like? It's like still in leather and it's still the '90s, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? But we'll see how that goes. I don't understand the story because they're both dead.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Obviously, they're not calling it a reboot, or they're calling it obviously a sequel. It's gonna be called Matrix.
Are they bringing back
They're saying young Morpheus.
Crazy.
Yeah, so they might recast him. I don't see why.
How is it gonna be young though?
Well, because when he was younger, he was like all spry and being able to do
I get that, but I'm just saying, how is he gonna be young?
That's what I'm saying. Like it might be a whole thing where they're from the past, or they're in the past, or I don't know. Maybe they're just programs, and one of them isn't actually alive or something like that.
Yeah.
But
is there gonna be an Agent Smith?
Oh, they haven't said. They just announced Keanu Reeves and Carol Ann Moss. So, and obviously the one with
it's just funny that they announced her because I'm like, no one cares about her.
Oh, Trinity?
Yeah, like no one cares, bro. Like,
yeah, but it's cool that you're saying like, hey, look, they're both coming back.
Yeah.
You know, like, because obviously you make a sequel and then you want to bring back the leading lady, like.
Yeah.
Like you bring back the leading dude, but he's like, it's always like Hollywood sequels are always like the old man Logan style.
I know.
Just like,
well, they gotta bring back Keanu. That's Keanu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's like we're having the Keanu songs. That's the only reason it's happening. It's happening because of Keanu Reeves' resurgence.
Yeah.
And then what else have we got on the news aspects?
We were talking about Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
that looks cool.
Yeah,
that looks good. Yeah, with the Joker and Spawn.
Yeah, their new roster.
And then the Terminator.
That's crazy. Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator.
Yeah.
It looks like it's the Terminator from Terminator Genesis. I think maybe.
It says the T-800.
It's not the one from the new one, because apparently he does like people were saying that maybe he's playing the model of the Terminator in the new one, like he's the person that the Terminators are based off.
Oh, okay.
Technically, he is a Terminator.
Yeah.
He's just it's aged the same way. I don't know if it. The timeline's so fucked up that like
they need to. What they should do with the Terminator is say none of it matters except for the second.
That's what they're saying with this new one.
Yeah, that's what they have.
It's a new one.
Yeah,
so
I know. I know, but that's the only way they can fix it is by saying none of that matters. They can just because the thing with the Terminator is it's the same as it's the same as X-Men Days of Future Past, where it's forward, backward. So they could easily fix it by saying, but they can just say like those are all alternate realities, and that's how it could have.
Well, that's how time works, you know.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's an easy way out of it, so because you can just be like, oh, all those movies because the other ones just.
Well, at least time travel in that universe, because like when you go back, like the whole purpose of going back in time is to change the future rather than create a brand new alternate timeline.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They could just say like these are where we failed. You know, this is how the future happened when we failed. You know what I mean? So like technically it's all fell because like Skynet has to happen, but I'm just saying like this is one like the one with the shit. What's his name? Christian Bale.
Oh yeah, Terminator Salvation.
Yeah, and they can pretend like that didn't happen. You know, like this is like the
ultimate. Well, that's in the future. Yeah,
that one, and then that new really terrible one, the terrible one where what's his name is a Terminator.
Yeah, John Connor.
Oh God, what were they even thinking? Man?
Well, I like the concept of that Terminator. Obviously, the movie sucked, but the John Connor Terminator was ultimate. Yeah. That fight scene with John Connor and Arnold Schwarzenegger is probably one of the best ones. Like that movie has some of the best fight scenes and all. Like disregarding the Terminator 2 because obviously it was a different time. They didn't have technology. But Arnold Schwarzenegger versus old Arnold Schwarzenegger in that one, super good.
That's the only thing that's saving grace because I love Arnold. I love Arnold.
That's why it's cool with him in Mortal Kombat 11 because you get to play as him in the you get to play as him in this team, and he's got the shotgun too.
So. He's gonna play out like a Mortal Kombat character. Too, you know what I'm talking about?
You know, you're talking about the style that they.
The style, because like even I love Injustice, but Injustice plays like
basically Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, so it's not all like it's not that cool kind of fighting like Street Fighter where it's like more fluid. It's a little still more boxy, you know, where they still kind of stand like this.
Yeah.
You know, but it'll be tight. I'm excited for that. I might just buy Mortal Kombat 11 just because of that.
I like that they brought the Shao Kahn, or not Shao Kahn, what's his name, Shang Tsung?
Yeah.
From
the movie.
The movie Shang Tsung.
Oh my God, he has to say your soul is mine.
Yeah, too. I think he does it. He does. He's recorded all the lines and everything, and he does like I think we might have talked about this on this before, but he does the whole walking intro like he basically plays like Shang Tsung.
Yeah, that's tight.
And he says all the lines from the movies.
Yeah.
And also, that's what we're talking about Injustice. That's the reason we're bringing this up is because the Joker. Joined the line.
And it's cool because they didn't do that Jared Leto from it.
Oh yeah, like, it's still kind of the same character. I'm pretty sure he plays the same fighting way.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Well, the look.
Because like the look in the first Injustice with the Joker is so good. Yeah. And then they just they went so hard in on that Jared Leto look that nobody wanted and nobody liked.
They kind of ruined the hype for Injustice 2. Yeah. Injustice 2, they did a bunch of weird designs. That's why I was like, I like it.
I like it a lot, and the story is amazing.
Was it that good?
The story was great, bro. You didn't like it?
I like the first one way better.
The only thing I didn't like about it in the second one was that they took away the super pills, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense that they can fight.
Them, yeah. Well, you also watched the comics too, so you've also paid attention to the comics too.
But that's what I'm saying. In the first one, they fight with the pills, and that's how Alfred beat the hell out of Superman. Just beat him senseless. Yeah, in the comics he beat him senseless, and it was tight. Because he came in there to start beating Superman came in to start beating Batman badly. And then Alfred just came out there and just started kicking his ass. And it was tight. It was so tight. He was saying something about you gotta learn your manners or something like that. So it's the super pills helped a lot. And without the super pills in the second, it was a little iffy. But I love the storyline from the second one.
I like the armor upgrades in the game.
I like a lot too how they did the separate the alternate endings. So you could because you didn't do the second playthrough. So you could either win as Batman, remember, and then we did the Batman playthrough, and then Batman sends him back into the. Batman sends Superman into the Phantom Zone.
Okay.
Remember with Brainiac? Or no. Superman dies. He doesn't die. He does the yellow radiation where he takes away Superman's powers and then puts him into Phantom Zone.
Oh really?
That's what he did in the Batman one. But in the Superman one, Superman takes control over the Brainiac technology and then brainwashes Batman. And then Batman has has purple stuff flowing through him. So he's a bad Batman now.
Oh, so that's probably the one they're gonna carry over to the next one.
Probably because
it's the biggest one.
Well, yeah, and also I don't know, they could do both. You just have to find out a way. I like either. I'm personally a fan of both, but it just it would make more sense on a storyline to go from that one because that one's more epic. You know what I mean?
Concept art actually came out this week for a sequel to Arkham Knight, and it had you playing as Damian.
Well, no, they were gonna do that.
Yeah, that's what they were gonna do.
They were gonna do it, and it was supposed to take place 10 years later, and that's cool because it's I love Damian, I love all that stuff.
Yeah, but you weren't playing in a Batman suit. You were playing as him, bald Damian.
No. What I'm saying is, but what I'm saying is, I love all that. I love alternate, but it's if I'm gonna play a Batman game, I need it to be Batman. You know what I mean? like I'll buy a Batman Beyond game, but it's but it's gonna say Batman Beyond. You know, it's not gonna pretend like it's the Dark Knight. You know what I'm talking about? Except I'd never played the one.
Speaking of Batman Beyond, Kevin Conroy is gonna play
another
version of Batman.
I'm so down for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Like I fell off of those shows. I used to be a big advocate of all those DC animated or DC shows. But like it's a lot. There's 26 episodes. Like
it became too much of a soap opera.
If you edited it down into 10 episodes,
they should all be a solid. They should be a solid 15. I'll give them 15.
10, bro. You could get
10 is like that's HBO. Bro.
But you take everything unnecessary out. And you put it all together, you'd have a pretty good series because they're consistent. They all play well to the end. Like even the later seasons of Arrow, like they're a little wonky, but like they still play good.
Yeah, they gotta get get their acting better too. Though.
5 episodes for Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that.
That's gonna be crazy.
I'm definitely gonna watch that.
Hopefully they do I'm hoping up for like a DC.
They're doing Mark Hamill as a Joker.
Yeah, they're doing. Well, apparently that's what they're saying. But I think what they might do is for the older Batman, it might be like a thing where they have cartoon characters there too, like with Supernatural, they did an episode where they went into the Scooby-Verse.
Yeah,
and they had a full, complete cartoon episode. So
no, they can't do that.
Infinite Earth, I
get what you're saying, but I want to see Kevin Conroy as Batman.
Oh, he's not gonna be Batman. He's gonna be.
Well, he's old Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, old Bruce Wayne.
But that's what I'm saying. I want to see him as that. I don't want to see a cartoon of him drawn as that.
Because even have you seen the trailer for Titan season 2?
Yeah, and it has Mormon.
Jorah Mormon.
That looks great, bro. I'm excited for that.
You don't think he's too old for it? I mean, we saw him killing it.
He was,
yeah.
The way he was doing it in Game of Thrones.
Even in the last one, bless him, like it wasn't his fault. Like even in the last season of Game of Thrones, he was giving it.
Yeah.
Like honestly, in Game of Thrones, because it's funny, because Game of Thrones is one of those things where it's like if you don't really know, like you don't know, like the side characters are really the tight ones.
Yeah, honestly.
And Jorah Mormont was like one of the best.
He was one of the best ones. Yeah.
It kind of sucks to see him go too. Honestly.
Yeah, but they had to kill someone that mattered.
Yeah. Well, it sent her on her little path.
That was so terrible. That was terrible.
Yeah.
But they needed to kill someone who mattered, and they didn't have the balls to kill someone who really mattered.
Yeah.
So they killed him, and like I was more upset that they killed him and then anyone else died. Like when Jamie died, and they made it look all epic, and in the next episode they have Tyrion walk around, and then like. There was no reason they should have died. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Like
everyone's upset about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, everyone. But remember they made it seem like the whole thing collapsed on them. Like there was no way they could have got out. And then the next episode, Tyrion's walking around and there's just like a pile of rubble and they're underneath him. Like you could have just walked like 5 feet to the left and you wouldn't have been crushed. And honestly, he should have came back and killed what's her name.
It's funny because George R. R. Martin just came out this week. It's good that we didn't really do a Game of Thrones episode because we would have just been crapping on it.
Yeah.
But he came out and he said he thinks that the show was bad for his books. And it's sad to say that we're at that now because it was such a great journey up until the end.
Yeah.
Like, the TV show was so good up until the end.
It was so good. Yeah, and then those people just, I don't know. I didn't like, the showrunners are annoying because they try to act like they made it too, you know what I'm talking about?
They changed a lot there were a lot of aspects that they changed in the show.
Yeah, because, they needed to condense it more.
Yeah, but no, they took straight characters out and they've added
Yeah.
characters. Even in Lord of the Rings, the movie, there's some other guy that like walks around with him. And he's like a salesman dude. And he's like goofy, and they completely took him out of Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Yeah, he's called. I forget what his name is.
I don't remember.
I haven't
read the Lord of the Rings book since middle school, and it's like 2002. You know. All right, and then we also want to talk to you guys about some Comicsgate stuff. So it's hard.
Naples.
It's hard to see it, but it's Bigfoot Bill. Bigfoot Bill is really good. I would definitely.
I love the artwork, bro.
Yeah, it's already. I don't know. You have to get it on the internet now. Like you have to find it on.
Oh, you're saying you can't get it anymore?
No, the thing's done, so you have to find it on eBay or something. Someone selling it. So, but yeah. So look at this is what he looks like. Basically, just a quick overview of it. Hold on, just so you can see. This is what Bigfoot Bill looks like. It's hard to see.
Bro, his armor looks sick on some pages.
Yeah, so basically, I don't want to give too much of the story away, because this guy's making money doing this. But basically, they're in a containment center, and they kind of don't. Bigfoot Bill is kind of dumb, so he doesn't think of it as a prison, even though it really is a prison. But it's all the supernatural monsters are there. So it's the Mothman, Poseidon, the Kraken. That's him with his armor. The Kraken, the Jersey Devil. Bigfoot, and they're all kind of in there, and then Bigfoot Bill realizes he's not the only, like he realizes that they took him from his family when he was young, so he's trying to break out, and then it all takes place in L.A., and then Poseidon is just the super, they're building him as the big bad for this comic run, and this issue is about the Mothman kind of doing his thing and being evil, and his supernatural powers, and it's just super good. It's cool. It comes with the pack of cards. And it comes with a placeholder, but I'm already using that in a different comic, so I can show you.
The thing I really appreciate is his presentation. Like, look at this gold flail on the page.
Gold leaf plating.
Yeah, bro, this is like.
Yeah, and it's
this
like
is next
and
level.
and like look at the quality of the book, like.
Yeah, bro, that's like next level.
That's real, you know. But that's what I'm saying. So like, it's super cool. I would definitely recommend it. It's a good book. I enjoyed it a lot.
Wait, show up the autograph from the man himself.
Yeah.
This is the guy who made the Earthworm Jim, the original Earthworm Jim for the Super Nintendo and the Game Boy Advance series. If you remember. Right. Yeah, here's his autograph for himself.
It's his signature, and then watch.
But yeah, like he's saying, like it's got a lot of supernatural elements and like the artwork is wild, but it's seriously fun and it pops out of the page.
Yeah,
like,
and then without me showing the whole fight, but here's him fighting the Mothman.
That's crazy.
So it's super good.
For those of you who are into cryptids, you get your rush out of this.
And they're basically they're trying super hard to keep Poseidon away from water, because once Poseidon's next to water, he's the killing machine and unstoppable. And these are the side characters. So this guy's like in love with this girl, and he wants to go on a date with her. So that's the girl. That's the guy and girl right there. Just trying to show a little bit without showing too much of it.
That's good. Let's check out that Graveyard Shift.
So then this is Graveyard Shift. I haven't read it yet, but it's another one of those
super
complicated ones.
We talked about that a while ago.
So I'll just show you one picture I was looking at. So it's like a giant.
Who makes this one?
This one is, where's their names at? Mark Plotin? I'm not sure if I'm reading that right. And the artist is John Malin. Malin.
This is more like the serious artwork. Yeah, look at that.
Look at that. It looks like a Titan from Attack on Titan, basically.
Yeah. It has that Jim Lee feel too.
Yeah.
Like,
so see, it's over there. She's just eating things and killing people. So I haven't read it yet. I'm excited to read it. You know.
But yeah, look, and then we got the signature of the author here too. So it's like when you support this Comic Gate stuff, you get like real good presentation. Like not just saying Comic
Spaghetti.
I'm not just saying like Comicsgate, but like what I'm talking about is like
when you support art, like
individual indie comics.
Yeah, basically. When you support independent, you know, it's not like you
get. That's what we are too. Yeah. It's like we're an independent, you know, publisher.
But I would definitely 100% recommend.
Yeah,
Bigfoot.
The artwork is good.
It's good. The gold leaf plating, the book itself is nice. It's a fun story. There's a lot to it. Bill's a very likable character because he's got that little kind of like dumbness to him that Earthworm Jim kind of had.
Does Earthworm Jim cameo in that?
No, he doesn't.
But I think they're supposed to be connected. They look the same.
Well, I think it's when that was like that was part of the thing. So instead of getting the Earthworm Jim comic, you can get that one. And then I think one of the Earthworm Jim comics comes with one of those. It's something like that. That's cool. Yeah, I would definitely recommend Bigfoot Bill. I think it's so good. The story is nice. It's not just a single run. They're building towards something. Poseidon's going to be the big bad. There's a lot of different those mythical creatures in there and things like that. Yeah, cryptids. So there's a lot of that stuff in there.
You know, I'm into the Dogman.
I know.
Most people don't know that. I spent a lot of time researching like paranormal.
They probably will have the Dogman in there eventually.
Maybe, probably.
Well, they have a lot of things. So they have that. They have a unicorn. You know, and they have. That's what I'm saying. Like his
armor is made up of the Kraken.
Is the Kraken?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's super cool. They reference the Greek gods and things like that. So even the Kraken.
Yeah, just make sure to get out and support, people like that. Like, I mean, they may be like outrageous, but like I would support Cyberfrog. I would support Graveyard Shift, Jawbreakers.
And I get the turn off of having to wait like 4 to 5 months, 6 months sometimes. Who cares?
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
It gets mailed to you.
Stuff is getting made.
Yeah, it's getting made. It's getting mailed to you. It takes a while. They're not a big. That's what I'm saying. It's not a company.
Yeah, like my stuff takes like months to make. Yeah.
So that's why it makes sense. You got to understand the process of making the comics, because they have to make the story, they have to find the artist, they have to draw all that, they have to send it out, they have to get it to different places so they get big books, and then they're doing the gold leaf plating on it too.
Presentation.
Yeah, the presentation alone is good.
Like sometimes I'll just buy stuff straight up of the presentation. Like I was showing you the Boom Comics Power Rangers comics. Like each volume is a different Power Ranger with their coin in the front. Like it looks cool. Uniform together, beautiful.
Even the Dark Knight. I've read that comic so many times. and he owns it, and I have it here. And then I saw the big book of it with Dark Knight 1 and 2, and it was a hardcover.
You're like, damn.
And I was like, and it was $50. I was like, I have to own that. I was like, I need that I need that, you know. So I bought that. So like the presentation alone's good. The story's fun. You'll like the characters. There's no one in there that's unlikable.
You're talking about?
Like the characters.
Oh, you're talking about Dark Knight Returns. I was like,
no, I'm talking about Bigfoot Bill. You'll like the characters in it.
Obviously, the Dark Knight Returns is good.
I don't need to sell the Dark Knight Returns anyway. It's amazing.
Apparently, that's what they're making. That's all the money they're making off of DC is
yeah,
back sales.
Yeah, because the new stuff is bad, bro. Like
I tried to tell you, bro. Obviously, I stopped buying comics.
No,
some of it's good.
Some of it's good.
Miracle Man was
Mr. Miracle.
Mr. Miracle. Yeah, it was really good.
Some of it's really good. I'm reading the deceased right now, and that's good.
that looks crazy.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. And then the last what's the one where
the last man on Earth. Yeah, that's pretty good too.
So like some of it's good. There's some good stuff,
but I don't really count the Black Label stuff because it comes out so like some of it's coming out month.
Well, you got the thing with them is you got to look at their main characters, because the stuff that's trash that they release is like the side things that they already like DC knows, like, okay, this is gonna be bad. We're gonna put they know the artists. I mean, they know the writers who are bad and they shouldn't even employ them, but they know who's bad and they don't put them on the big books. Mm-hmm. They put them on the characters that like who cares? Yeah. Or they put them on the characters where it's like, when you read a Harley Quinn book, you know what you're going to get when you read it, you know? So they're like, yeah, we'll put you on a Harley Quinn book, but we're not going to put you on Batman. We're not going to put you on Flash. We're not going to put you on something that... They're not going to put them on something that they know makes sales because they can't hurt the brand that badly. Unlike Marvel, who's just... They're owned by Disney, so they'll just...
I mean, there's still some good stuff coming out of both houses. Because like, I feel like I'm paying attention more in comics right now to Marvel. Because like I'm following Immortal Hulk. I'm also following what's happening right now with the X-Men.
I think Immortal Hulk's probably the only thing that's good coming out of Marvel right now. I couldn't even name anything.
But else. I am following a lot of stuff that's happening with DC. Like they just killed off Jessica Cruz.
I know, and I think they did that as a shot to
Ethan Van Sciver.
Yeah, definitely. About and like I was saying before, when Jessica Cruz and Sebastian Bass, I think that's his name. When they first came out, they were cool characters. I like.
You're talking about the gangster Green Lantern dude?
Yeah.
What happened to him? Is he done?
I don't know. He lost his ring, but I think he got a new one.
That's crazy.
But they were good characters when they first came out, and then I don't know. They lost their way.
Well, they went the whole.
They went that route, and then I think they killed her because they took a shot. They were just like
taking a shot at
it. Yeah, they're like, forget Fan Sky. And I watch Fan Sky.
Well, I mean, like you're saying, DC is trying to get back to the more solid characters. So they're taking out the necessary. What do they call those? When you're.
But they're taking out the characters like
affirmative action characters.
No, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, I liked Jessica Cruz. I thought she was cool. I was looking at her storylines and I thought it was fun.
It's crazy. I didn't even know that Homeboy made her.
Yeah,
you know? That's crazy.
I was looking at his
he was the designer.
He made all the color. He made the colors too.
Like, yeah, he did. Atrocitus is all him.
Yeah, he did all that.
So Atrocitus is one of the biggest bad guys.
I love Atrocitus.
Like if they do a Green Lantern reboot, it's for sure gonna be Atrocitus. Yeah, he's not gonna do Sinestro in the first one.
Yeah, he's tight. Atrocitus is tight. He was in freaking. We were talking about Injustice too.
Yeah, he's in Injustice too.
Yeah, and he's awesome. And he even has the cat. The cat story is so sad. Like he was just a homeless cat, and then these people just beat him and lit him on fire and threw him off a bridge. And then the ring found him, and then he came back to life, and now he's just a crazy cat.
That's funny.
But it's super sad. Like when you read the first comic and you see it happening to him, you're like, oh, because it's a cat. You know, like what kind of crazy person does that to a cat? But then he comes back with a vengeance. All right, and then the biggest news of everything
they did that
is Spider-Man.
I know. Look at us relax right now because we had to take a step back. Yeah. Can't believe that happened.
You know what though? Like I'm totally chill with it. Like now we can get a proper Spider-Man versus
Venom.
Venom.
Saying a proper Spider-Man? Oh yeah, because they would have choked them on it.
Yeah.
But I would have rather them.
I don't know.
Rub it in.
No, and then like I'm talking to you about like what we were talking about earlier, like the MCU neutered Spider-Man.
But it's the same creative team that's involved with Spider-Man. It's the same creative team that destroyed the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah,
so it's like
the second one was terrible.
It's like how do you make the judgment to fucking put Jamie Foxx, like make Jamie Foxx be all like weird and nerdy and shit, and then be like, oh yeah, we're gonna pull Spider-Man from the MCU.
I know. Like, but it's cool because it's like my biggest problem with Spider-Man in the MCU is he's not Spider-Man. He's a fanboy. He's not. He's not. There's nothing about him that's Spider-Man. Besides the fact that he has.
No, I 100% agree with you because even like right away, like if you look at his suit. Like if you look at his feet, like at the top of it, he's got a little like section, like he looks like he's wearing ballerina shoes.
Yeah, and there's
like,
nothing.
They totally demasculized him. He was just like a more effeminate, tiny. Like he's never because look, Tom, like Because you could say, hey, look, the guy's gonna grow up. He's gonna be big, but Homeboy's 21.
Yeah, he's not growing
like,
up.
how much different did you change?
Yeah,
no. Like we've basically been the same for like 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
And it's just, but the part that gets me the most mad is like, he's not Spider-Man in the way where Spider-Man's his own
character. There's things that I like about it.
No, but listen though. Spider-Man's his own character in the comics.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is the biggest selling comic book character right next to Batman.
He's got everyone's heart. He's relatable.
That's what I'm saying. He's Batman and Spider-Man, they're like jockeying for who's the number one comic book character of all time. It's always going to be Batman, but they jockey for the position, you know? Like people love Spider-Man.
It's true.
And in this one, he's just like, oh, Tony Stark. So what they did was they brought him in just to elevate their own characters and talk about how great Tony Stark is. Yeah. And it's like, bro, like I wasn't. That's why the first.
Yeah, in the comics they're not like that at all.
Yeah,
like,
and that's
why they make a suit or anything.
Yeah, that's why Homecoming. That's why I hated Homecoming. But besides Michael Keaton, Homecoming was a terrible movie. Like Homecoming was god awful. But they kind of fixed it a little bit in Far From Home.
Far From Home was a legit movie.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. They fixed it in that one because it was more of a Spider-Man thing. But it's like they still tried to talk so much about Tony Stark, and I'm like,
that's what you mean.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, like Spider-Man's his own character. He's been around forever. People love Spider-Man more than anyone else in Marvel. I don't want to hear them talking about Tony Stark and how Tony Stark's the reason Spider-Man's Spider-Man.
Yeah. Like if you have the suit, like, or he's like, because in the first one he's like, I'm nothing without this suit. And he's like, if you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it.
Oh, I made you your suit. I did all this, and they're like, shut up, bro. Like he's Spider-Man. Spider-Man literally makes his own stuff. Spider-Man's a freaking genius. Like,
well, so what do you think is gonna happen? Reboot Spider-Man, or because they're saying look. The way that the clause works out is it's not supposed, like I've told you this, I'm not telling you, like what I'm saying is it's like it's supposed to be that they can't touch that Tom Holland Spider-Man. They can't touch any of the stuff that they made. Yeah. Like yes, they can use the same characters, but they can't be the same ones. But the way, because you were asking me if there was news about this beforehand, and that's the only reason we're recording a show, is because right now they're talking about like they can use them. Like, they are going to do it. And I'm just thinking it's like so what? Every single movie going forward, they're just going to pretend like all the other ones didn't happen? Or like I mean, you can do it like where it's like, yeah, because I mean, think of your life and think of the people you've been involved with. It's not like you mentioned like the crew that you knew before, like every single conversation.
Yeah.
So you could have like a whole like set of movies where it's like it's things that are just happening in the moment, and it's not like you're in the middle of like a whole bunch of stuff going down, like with the Avengers. It's like you can self-contain and make it like you're saying, like you can make a bunch of, like we were texting about this, that like the good thing about all of this is that you could essentially do like a darker Spider-Man story, like a more centralized Spider-Man story. So it's up and down, but like honestly, like I feel like where we are right now, it's like it's too much of an asset to let go.
I mean, it's more of an asset for Disney to let go. I think if Sony got him back, then that's... What did Sony make?
Because they could have done another Spider-Man. But they didn't have to yank this one.
No, but it's great.
They could have done another Spider-Man without charging anybody.
Like, but releasing two Spider-Man movies from two different universes.
Well, you already did that. We did that this year.
Well, yeah, but that's different though. The Spider-Verse is amazing.
Yeah, so yeah, you're
different. But what I'm saying, I'm okay with it because Sony, as bad as some of the Spider-Man movies were from Sony, the first two with the first two with Tobey Maguire are amazing. Even the third one's fun to watch. It's bad, but it's fun to watch.
The first one is really good. Amazing Spider-Man.
The first movie, they got a lot of elements wrong with Peter. Yeah. But they got Spider-Man.
But the visual aspect of it,
But that's what I'm saying. They got Peter down completely wrong because he was. Yeah, I know. That's confining. They got Peter Parker down wrong because they didn't make him into a nerd. They made him into some little cool hipster guy who would definitely have friends. Like there's no.
I was saying you could have totally used that guy because his Gwen Stacy's already dead. So you established this universe where this is like a mourning Spider-Man. So it's like you could have just full on done Venom by itself and brought Andrew Garfield back, and nobody would have batted an eye. They'd been like, "Oh fuck, he's back. Okay, this is its own little thing. Like let's pay attention to what's going on in the MCU."
But that's what I'm saying. Like what, as bad as some of the Sony stuff was, at least Sony's Spider-Man was Spider-Man, and he did everything on his own, and he was his own character. Mm-hmm. He wasn't built off of another character, and he wasn't talking about all the other characters. He was his own character, the way he's supposed to be in his comics. Like he knew he was Spider-Man. He made his suits. He made his web slingers, except for the Tobey Maguire one. But he made his web slingers. He was great. He did everything on his own. He wasn't like, oh, Tony Stark. He wasn't a fanboy. And so he's just a fanboy. He's not even his own character.
Because I appreciate the visual style of the universe that they are setting us now into, the Venomverse, which is what now Spider-Man will apparently along to. Because they were talking about they were going to rope Venom into the MCU, which you could totally make it work.
Yeah.
You know, because they didn't do anything like, hey, look, this is that, and this doesn't have that. But also, on the same aspect, like, that visual style, that first Venom movie, it was fun. It felt like
I liked it.
It felt like a legit movie. Like you look at a lot of the MCU movies, yeah, they work as chapters of a longer story, but at the end of the day, they don't really, like, they feel like movies, but they're kind of like they don't really go the 100% on the visual, like Steven Spielberg, like really like set the frame.
And what I like,
Venom did do that.
Venom, and you know what? I like the way Spider-Man looks in the original trilogy, and the way he looks in the Amazing Spider-Man a lot better than I like the way he looks in the.
I mean, I like the moving eyes.
No, I mean, yeah, obviously, I'm not gonna say anything about that. I love the moving eyes, but I'm just saying, like, the way he looks, how he's like taller and slender, and how he and how the way he web swings, and the way his suit looks. I like the darker suit, like, you know, like, I don't like this new suit is kind of weird. The Tom Holland one.
Which one? The new Spider-Man? Oh, because he's had like 5 suits already.
Oh, he has.
You're talking about the new Homecoming black and red one, or
no? I like the black and red one. I'm just talking about
in general.
His general one.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, and then like even like when they brought in the Iron Spider, they brought in like the Iron Spider suit didn't even look good.
Well, I mean, it doesn't look terrible.
No, it looks it looks so composited and so CGI.
Yeah, I get what you're saying on that aspect.
Like, it doesn't look good. Like the other ones look like someone's wearing a suit. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, it makes sense in the aspect of the story. You're not gonna send Spider-Man in to fight Thanos wearing his normal shit. Like,
I mean, why not? That's what he did in the comic.
Yeah, that's what he did.
That's what he did.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any that's what I'm saying, because that's the thing I'm talking about. Spider-Man is Spider-Man. He doesn't need anyone's help to be Spider-Man. So you should send him in to fight Thanos the way he is, not as a fanboy that's to Tony Stark. So, like, I'm cool with either or.
Yeah, so, I mean, ultimately it could mean that, you know, like, obviously they ripped Spider-Man out, and, you know, maybe they're bolstering their Venomverse, but there were some comments this week they were talking about, Amy Pascal was saying that she was always team Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of a shame now that we have the Fantastic Four and the X-Men back, because it taints their future lineup, because you could tell that, like there was rumblings and rumors they were going to do Dark Avengers, and yes, obviously you could do it with Justin Hammer, like we talked about in our last video, but you want to do it with Norman Osborn. You know, you want to set up, you want to set the seats. But I mean, I think as a public, we've seen Norman Osborn enough that you don't have to give us their classic Norman Osborn Spider-Man fight. Like, you can do the whole, like, they build like if they kept MCU Spider-Man, they could have been like, you know, poising them two to be like the two dynamics.
Who even knows? They might have did the freaking ultimate line of Green Goblin, where he was literally just a giant goblin.
But still, they would have built it like up as instead of just a Spider-Man on Goblin fight, they would have built it like Avenger.
Well, he would have been more like the presence kind of behind it, because like that's who you know. Like,
well, I mean, they're talking about in the long run. They could have literally done like because this universe doesn't really have like the bad guy dynamic like it does. Like, it has Thor and Loki, and that's the closest thing you get. Like, it doesn't really have like anyone else who's like really like feasting against each other.
They don't have their arch nemesis.
Yeah, so you could have done it this time around, like, because they're positioning Spider-Man to be the main leader in the MCU. But
it's Disney's fault.
I mean, D23 is this weekend, so we'll be seeing new trailers for Spider-Man, or new trailers for Star Wars. We will be hearing some Phase 5 stuff with MCU, and obviously none of these two sides have spoken, so, I mean, it's the elephant in the room. It's the elephant in the room.
I mean, I feel like...
This weekend, too.
I was going to say, I feel like the deal will get done. Disney needs to back off, because they're just crazy.
Yeah.
They don't own the character.
Well, they're proposing 50-50. Well, right now it's 5% anything.
Why would Sony care about that? They don't know. Disney doesn't own the character. They have literally no right to ask for any of that. They're lucky that...
Well, they built it.
They didn't build anything.
Well, what they have now... Like,
I don't want to hear that, bro.
But Amazing Spider-Man 2 sucked, bro. Do you want that again?
Homecoming sucked. Do you want that?
I'm
much more. What I'm telling you is, I'm much more interested in a Spider-Man movie where he's actually Spider-Man and he does Spider-Man stuff than a movie where he's fanboying over everyone and he's not his own character.
No, I feel you. Spider-Boy.
They're disrespecting Spider-Man is what Sony's doing. I mean, not Sony. What Marvel's doing. They're just not they're not giving him the respect he deserves, and they're not treating him as the character he is.
Well, they kind of did in the new one. Kind of.
Yeah, they still leaned a little heavy on the Tony Stark, but I get it. I was okay with it because it was right after Tony Stark died. But if they do another one, because they still have the next movie. The deal isn't done. That's why.
There's 2 movies left.
2 movies. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, if they come out with the next Spider-Man movie and he's still idolizing Tony Stark and still Tony Stark's because he's Tony Stark's sidekick. Let's just say what it is. Let's just throw it out there. That's exactly what it is. He's a sidekick. He's not his own character right now. So if he's still Tony Stark's sidekick in the next one, I'm gonna be annoyed and so mad about that because they're not
getting out of his shadow. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not respecting. Yeah, exactly. They're not respecting him for who he is. And like, remember the '90s?
Mm-hmm.
How big Spider-Man was?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the man in Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. He was everywhere. He had the great cartoon. He was on all the systems, playing all the games. And then the movie happened in the 2000s. Like, that's what I'm saying. Spider-Man is the best. Like, the best superhero to ever come out of Disney. I mean, to ever come out of Marvel is 100% Spider-Man. And they're not treating him with the respect he deserves. So I'm okay with him going back to Sony, and I'm okay with them saying, "Hey, we're gonna give you the Spider-Man you guys want." I think the Spider-Man you guys deserve. Because, like, I'm also okay with him staying in Disney, but the problem is they need to elevate him up. They can't keep saying...
Yeah, obviously they can't keep, like, writing Captain Marvel
he can't,
Vision and Falcon.
Exactly, the people that no one really care about and want. You know, they need to... So that's why Disney needs to get, like, they literally have no right to say we want 50-50, because they're already getting the merchandising in the comic books, you know? So it's like, Sony was... Because the merchandising alone pays for everything. Like, you know how much they would make? Like, if Sony just owned the merchandising also? Like, there's so many there's so many, like, just T-shirts and underwears and kids' clothing and toys. Like, that's why, like, why all these movies get made is for the toys. You know, like, that's what happened. That's why Batman was so bad, because they were like, look, we just want it to be a giant toy commercial.
Yeah.
So it's like, who's Disney to say they want 50%?
So yeah, I mean, and they're making better movies. So over there, I mean, they're making movies that look like. I mean, I haven't seen anything of Morbius, and but obviously we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still hoping it's too big of an asset to just, because it's like you're basically letting a big part of your business go, and you're not just gonna leave. But we'll see. This weekend is D23.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they don't talk about it, because it's gonna be on everyone's questions. Like, it's funny that they did it right now, like, sensationalize it. They forced Marvel MCU's hand.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, it's been a good show. So you know where to reach us. Yeah. I'm Mike, also known as Mystery Oceans on Instagram, and Mobile Images Red on Twitter.
And I'm Alan, St. Alan James on Instagram.
Definitely check out our Evolution Island 2. Just came out last week, and I'll be doing a behind the scenes video next week.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, obviously we'll come out and we'll talk about the D23 stuff. That might actually happen sooner.
Yeah.
I think if they did announce some really, like, spectacular stuff and that Star Wars trailer, like, blows everyone else away and changes everyone's mind,
I doubt it.
We'll be here.
Yeah.
Either way, we'll be here. So you're moving, so hopefully this setting is different next time. So
well, we'll make a video before I move.
Yeah. Well, if it doesn't happen.
Yeah, but the setting will definitely be different soon.
But alright, you guys, thank you.
Alright, have a good one. Bye.
Bye.